Brooklyn bound train on a Sunday night to a housewarming party in Park Slope. Something in my gut told me this was right. My head to be a good girl, but my heart said no. I start drinking as soon as I arrive. I don't know anyone here, but it's a vibe. I'm looking for familiar faces when you walk right through the door and you catch my eye. Reuben with the London accent in the mullet haircut and the button-down shirt. Oh, Reuben, you're not the first, but you're the first one to cure my hurt. Oh, Reuben, run away with me. What would you think if we went and got married? Reuben, you're hotter than I thought. Come home with me and touch me in the dark. In Seth's bedroom, drinking a beer, telling me that I should get out of here. That London is better than New York or City, but New York is better because it has me. Dancing in my kitchen under neon lights. I'm your American girl and you're playing American boy, teaching me how to dance. You're my new favorite toy. Reuben with a London accent and the mullet haircut and the button-down shirt. Oh, but you're the first one to cure my heart. Oh, Reuben, run away with me. What would you think if we went and got married? Reuben, you're hotter than I thought. Come home with me and touch me in the dark. Crashing through my apartment door. Mucho gusto, senor, give me more, more, more. Crashing into you, think I'm in love with you and your intoxicating touch. Asking me to play my songs, telling me I'm gonna be famous. As soon as you got, I can't remember the feeling. Who knew that love in a tourist could be fleeting? Reuben with a London accent and the mullet haircut and the button-down shirt. Oh, Reuben, you're not the first, but you're the first one to cure my heart. Oh, Reuben, run away with me. What would you think if we went and got married? Oh, Reuben, you're hotter than I thought. Come home with me and touch me in the dark.
Yay!
There it is.
Awesome. Meet your next favorite artist, the ineffable Natalie Livingston.
Ineffable.
Yeah, threw a little adjective on it that
Gosh.
time.
Stop you flirting with me.
Natalie is joined by the talented Caleb Pringle. And this is Note for Note. I am your host, Pat Constant, here with co-hosts Matt Sweeney and Eddie Brandt.
They're really good friends, guys.
We're pals. Sometimes we kiss. It gets crazy.
Just sometimes.
But thank you so much for coming. Like, it means a lot. Thank you for coming, Caleb.
Totally.
Of course.
We have a special anniversary that we're celebrating with this song. We've hit the 1 year on June 30th.
June 30th, 1 year of Reuben, 1 year of the birth of the Feral Girl Summer.
The Feral Girl Summer.
I don't know if it's the birth, but I would like to claim as the mother of the Feral Girl Summer.
I think we can cue that up for
Okay,
next
we'll give
summer.
it to you, yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm really riding strong with Brat Summer right now.
You know what? Brat Summer is...
It's the vibe. Like Feral Girl, I feel like it's Feral Girl 2025. I feel like that's what's coming up on us.
100%.
The world isn't ready for
the
her
world
yet.
is not ready.
No, she's not. Well, I'm so honored to get my own little private performance of Reuben here because I've seen you perform it live so many times and it's a crowd favorite. Everyone knows. I saw you at the gin mill, and I remember looking around and being shocked that every single person at the gin mill knew all the words, every last word to that song.
It's become an experience.
It really is.
Live. It's more than just, my song that I put out where I'm just like unhinged. It's become an experience. And I think when we perform it and we do the audience participation like they just did so brilliantly here.
There's a reason we know where the claps are. Like
this is true. But I feel like the reason why it's become such a hit is because everyone's included on it, which is something that I've been trying to incorporate more because sure, like you came to the show and I'm on the stage, but I just want us all to have fun together. That's all I want.
But that's great. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So you wrote that 2 years ago. Tell me about writing it then and where it is now.
The whole thing is the true story. It's truly just the recollection of the evening. as I like to say, the evening. I needed some time to recover from the events. I sat down at the piano and I started with the do-da, do-da, which is now obviously has been put on guitar on the track.
Totally.
But I started on the piano and I just kind of started speaking my truth, for lack of better words. We're feeling really empowered. I finished writing it and I was like, this is kind of a joke, but also I knew when I wrote it, I was like, this is going to be a song that changes my life. But I knew that once I could finally get in the studio and record it, that it would be something.
And who did you record it with?
I recorded it with my brother, Justin.
Okay, your little Eilish moment.
I know. People are like, you guys are like the next Billy and Phineas. I'm like, yes. And Tyler DeTulio is also a co-producer on it. It was such a quick process to record. They were still in school at Berkeley at the time, and I went to Boston for a weekend. And I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because I recorded part of the song really fucking hungover. You can hear it at the end of the song in the last chorus. I'm like,
now, was there like, it's your most listened to song, most streams on Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like, how many do you, like, what's the ballpark of that? I know it's got like a lot.
I haven't checked it. It's, I want to say it's close to like 17,000 streams after a year. So I'm feeling very proud of that.
Now, yeah, well, like, did it get picked up by any playlist? How did it get to that point? Because that's a lot for a self-produced, well, co-brother, sister, co-produced artist.
Yeah, I started putting it online and posting clips of it and just getting people excited. And I think once it came out, like we did a release show. Caleb also played at that. We played together. It was a big moment, you know, it was a big crowd. And I think from then I've met people, you know, just out and about in the city where people are like, oh my gosh, you're the person who wrote Reuben. People are like, oh yeah, my friend sent it to me. And I don't know, people just liked it. To me, it's more than just a song. It's like, it's a spirit, which is, Caleb and I talk about that a lot when we're arranging stuff and just playing music where we're like, there's a musical spirit to it. It's more than just a story or like a catchy tune. It's an experience.
Now, you seem like such a staple in this community, and I'm kind of curious about how you got to that point. Because when I come and see your shows, of course, it's a fun show, but there's just this air of professionalism about you when you're on stage. And I want to know, like, was it always that way? Did you hit the ground running? Did you know what you were going to do as soon as you signed your name on your first show? How did you become, like, the Natalie Livingston that people come to see now? What was that like for you?
A journey.
Great.
A journey. It was so much fucking fun. Like that above everything else. So yes, it is a lot of hard work. I have so much fun doing it and writing and playing. Like it just makes me the happiest. Like I always say I'm the happiest on stage. And I've always been that way. You know, I grew up a dancer and singing and I've always played instruments and I would put on shows for my family. Like all my home videos are just me and my brother being absolute fucking tyrants. But yeah, so I always loved performing and it's always what I just wanted to perform in some capacity. And it took a second to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. I started writing during the pandemic. I just reconnected with so much. I finally had time to just exist and be creative. And, you know, one of my friends came up to me and, you know, we were like, we just need to perform. Yeah. She was like, why don't we just do a house show? And I was like, I literally don't know what that is, but okay, sure. So we like rearranged all my furniture. I literally knew not a single one of you at that point, which is crazy, considering you're all such like characters in my life now.
Oh, stop it. Well, yeah, when did Caleb enter the fold? I'm so curious about that.
Caleb entered that right after. Right after is when I met you. It was February, and then in March of that year.
We have to shout out Sophie DeLeo because she and I were working together, and then you knew Sophie, and Sophie brought you, and then the three of us were working together, and we always had such a good time. And then we started playing together, and we had a very easy rapport. Whenever I played and when you played, we had good chemistry.
It's that Gemini Virgo connection.
And then you asked me to play on your show, and it wasn't the Reuben release show, but it was the first show.
It was the first time we played Reuben. It was a couple months after I wrote the song. That was a major shift. Caleb playing on stage with me was a major shift in everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So going into your relationships, right? So you said your brother helped you produce a lot. So your brother has now moved, correct? So what was it like trying to find another producer that you could click with?
It was definitely hard. It was honestly really hard to let go of because when you hear the final product of everything recorded, so much of it has to do with him. And it was hard to trust my instincts when I started to work with somebody new. And being in the studio is so vulnerable. You know, I definitely have a certain way that I like to go about things, and you have to find somebody who also likes to go about things in a certain way. Having somebody understand when to push you and when to just let it be and let you exist and be able to talk you off a ledge. Like Caleb talks me off all the ledges all the time. Like when we're performing, you know, like if I don't know what the fuck's going on, I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, it's literally fine. It was also really important to me if I wasn't going to be working with Justin.
Sure.
I really wanted to work with, dare I say, a non-man.
No,
To full offense, by the way.
No, understood.
So many men are in the industry, and I really just wanted the experience of working with somebody who wasn't.
Great.
And I, through a recommendation of a friend, was connected to a woman named Tiger Darrow. Being able to work with a woman in that environment was so different because, again, not only am I not working with Justin, and Justin and I have a particular flow with the way we go about things, and he knows what to say to me, and he knows like when I'm done. So it was vulnerable in that way, but also just a different experience as a whole. The energy when women are working together is just so different. Tiger is absolutely incredible, and we're having so much fun with what we're working on, which we can get into later.
Oh, can we?
So awesome.
Okay.
Oh, can we?
I definitely want to hear more about like the nitty gritty of your process and how you make things and like demo to fully recorded version. But I think one of the better segues we could have to get into that is that you've got a little unreleased song up next for us.
I do.
And it is called The Edge of the Pool.
It is.
Can we hear a little bit of it, if you
Let's
don't
do
mind?
it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm standing at the edge of the pool, waiting to jump in. Even though I've got all my clothes on, I'd still do it. I'm standing at the edge of the pool, I dip my toe in. The water is surprisingly cool, but I don't know the rules, so I'll dig my heels in. I've got you under my skin. I'll take another swig of my gin. I'm standing at the edge of the pool, my heart is sunken. Somehow I've made myself into the fool, like Danny at the drive-in. I'm standing at the edge of the pool, wondering where you've been. Like a girl, I play it cool, but inside I'm screaming. I'd walk the plank just to get your attention, but when you're with your friends, you forget to mention the girl that you've got and how she's gone off the deep end. Strip myself clean and then burn all my clothes. Olympic dive just to give you a show. I was drowning in you, but no one knows. I just wanna swim, wanna swim, wanna swim. I just wanna swim, wanna swim, wanna swim. I just wanna swim, wanna swim, wanna dive right in. Think what could have been, could have been, could have been. Think what could have been, could have been, could have been. Think what could have been, I'll never have you again. I just wanna swim, wanna swim, wanna swim. I just wanna swim, wanna swim, wanna swim. I just wanna swim, gonna fall right in.
Oh
Hey.
my God. That's amazing. That is so good.
Thank
I'm really
you.
obsessed with that.
I'm obsessed with that one too, not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
No, I really understand.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
So I want to talk about your songwriting, recording, producing process, but I'd like to do that in the lens of this song since it's the one that we just heard.
Yeah.
What stage of this song's like release life cycle, I guess, is this in right now?
This is in just as you heard it.
Awesome.
It's just a demo right now.
Great.
I mean, it will be something in the future.
Sure.
But yeah, as of right now, that's what it is. I've kind of experimented with, I've played it live a few times. We played it at the Reuben release show last year.
Okay.
I do take a lot of my production when I'm doing unreleased stuff live. I do take a lot of production ideas from the arrangements that we come up with.
So you've been gigging with this for a little bit then.
Yeah.
Audiences have heard it. Cool.
Yep, and I've done it in multiple different iterations as well. This is
Awesome.
actually
I was
one that
wondering about
people
that.
also ask me a lot if it's being released.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good. I want that in my veins, to be honest with you.
Oh
It's
my
really
gosh.
good. Was there a catalyst you could remember to this like moment, or was it just a general concept that you were mulling over?
I think as I grew up and I decentered dating from the middle of my life and like having a significant other, that came about over years and years. And I think also just being hurt enough times, honestly, just made me kind of be like, fuck it, I'm done. You know, going through that and just moving forward in life and realizing I don't need somebody to be a complete person.
Preach.
was it was a major thing. My music really started to change after that point too. And I now, you know, my first EP was full of a lot of heartbreak stuff that I was processing from the past, and a lot of the stuff I had been writing in the city since I moved to New York. It's been very pop. I watched this stand-up special, which you also know, called Jigsaw by Daniel Sloss.
Okay.
Watch it. I am once again, I'm Bernie Sanders. I am once again asking you to watch Jigsaw by Daniel Sloss on Netflix, okay? Maisie Peters, who's one of my favorite artists, has a song called Outdoor Pool, which is about her visiting, you know, this outdoor pool, going swimming in it with this guy that she had a really big crush on, and it ended up not working out and all that stuff. Also, listen to me. I am once again asking you to listen to Maisie Peters, because your life will change. Just the idea of like swimming. I think sometimes I just write down lines that come to my head. And I had a line that came to my head that said like, for once in my life, don't want to be drowning in somebody. I just want to swim in them. And that's really where this came out. And then I just went down this rabbit hole of the idea of the pool and what it's like to just dip your toe in and just look at, like, it's clear. You can see the bottom, but you don't know what the temperature of the water is. You've never gone in it before. You may not know what it feels like. And I personally am legitimately, weirdly afraid of diving into a pool.
Okay.
Like, there's just something about it that...
Like, literally.
Like, legitimately diving into a pool, I just think is like fucking terrifying. One of my favorite lines in this song is, somehow I've turned into the fool like Danny at the drive-in. It's a reference to Grease.
Oh, okay, cool.
And is Sandy, can you see?
No way.
Yeah, you'll find in
that.
my music that I'm just like such a little slut for adding that.
Little Easter egg.
I love the little motifs. I really do, because
I adore that.
That shit sticks with me.
I've run into a couple times myself, and in talking to other artists, it's so often the case where like an entire song, some of like all of the best songs are born from like one idea that happens smack dab in the middle of it. You had one small idea, and then you were able to pull in so many other references and visuals, and it's like that's the fucking magic of it.
Yeah.
Which is what I really wanted to capture in that question. So thank you so much.
And it doesn't always happen either.
No,
you know,
it
like
does not.
It just takes something clicking at the right time for that sort of magic to happen. It all came at one time. I think I wrote it in like 10 minutes.
You're kidding.
I'm not even kidding. You know, where I was working at the time, it was like a practice room rehearsal space. And I just had that line in my head, and I don't even remember writing it. Like, that's how fast it just appeared. And I did write it in one sitting, and I literally never changed anything about it.
So much of what we want to do with this show is to help peel back the curtain on some of these processes. And every single person that has come in and has had something different and has experienced their ideas come to life in such a different way. We're so grateful that we get to have all these people come on and share those things with people that maybe are hoping to write their first song and get the courage to say, oh my God, I can relate to that idea of dipping my toe in the pool, and I can totally pull something sort of arbitrary out of my life, and it can be this bigger thing for me. And I think that it's so wonderful that we can talk to someone like you know, who has experienced it in so many different ways, and hopefully someone can gravitate towards that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. It's always something bigger for me. It's always been that way. I have notes upon notes upon notes where I would just...
For notes. Sorry.
Notes.
She said it.
You perform live so often. When can people watching this see you next?
You can see us play next on August 22nd. We are going to be playing a show at Berlin Under A. Great. Doors open at 7. Have a really cool lineup of people. It's for something special, the show, and it is because I'm releasing a new song. The song is called Dive Bar Bathroom.
Love it.
I'm releasing it on August 23rd. There's a pre-save link live for it, so you can pre-save it now. You can see little teasers.
Awesome.
And it's funny, I'm in a room full of Geminis because I wrote this song about a Gemini that I couldn't forget. Virgos are the masterminds.
What if I told you none of it was accidental on the first time?
Okay, we should stop being insufferable.
Totally.
Natalie, we can't thank you enough, and Caleb, we can't thank you guys enough for coming on and sharing your artistry with us. For people who want to see more of Natalie and
who should be
more
everyone.
of Caleb, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and my website is all at Natalie P. Livingston. It's not Plivingston, contrary to popular belief.
I love Plivingston.
I know. We just have fun.
It's a good time.
I feel like my social media is like, I just want it to be a fun community.
100%.
We have the Disco Darlings chat, and it's just a good time. So if you want some more yapping, you can find me there.
I can't get enough of the yap.
So go follow her on Instagram and everywhere. Join the Melancholy Disco. It's a great place to be.
It's a good place to be. We love to throw ass, so
we do.
Get ready.
And get ready to throw ass to one more song. An unreleased song that you'll be able to hear again on August 22nd, and it is called Love Me.
Wait, can I say one thing?
Yeah, totally.
I'm once again asking you to pre-save my single Dive Bar Bathroom coming out on August 23rd. The link is in my bio. 3, 4. I'm the life of every party till I'm not. I hide from everyone when I decide I'm not enough. I waltz around the town like I am anything but down and swear off anyone that could be love. I'm the life of every party till I feel. I drink to numb the pain, but tell myself I'm made of steel. I twirl around the hall like I am unafraid to fall from the pedestal I've placed myself upon. I hate that I break me into tiny little pieces just to measure the sum of all my parts. I'm hurting, but I'm trying. But some days it gets hard when my brain keeps on lying to me. Daniel, if you're watching, you changed my fucking life, and you did make me break up with my ex.